It's okay. I got you. All right. I just started the recording, but welcome to another podcast of Raw and Roasted. Welcome, Raw Heads. This is Jesse, aka Jamales, making moves. I'm here with rapper Trapp Tarell, aka CEO of We the Family.
Yes, sir.
I'd like to just say thank you for making the time to be on my podcast, and because I know you're a very busy man and everything, and I've been seeing all the scheduling of the upcoming videos that you guys have that are going to be coming up.
Yeah,
I don't know
yeah.
if you wanted to speak a little bit about some of the upcoming stuff.
Well, I actually have like a lot of things going on at once, and I'm trying to pick one. But the way I be, when I think of something, I be like wanting to do it then. So, but I am working on the longest story ever. I took a little break on it just to find more casts, and but it's going to be 52 parts. And it's going to be
Oh,
one long ass story. I already have 9 on YouTube, but it's going to be 52 parts.
wow.
So I'm working on that, and the artist, the label signing the artist that I have now. It's always been me. Everybody's always known to just be me, So, but I do think I'm at a point to where I'm like ready to grow into like the next stage of who I am and stuff like that. So
Plus, I
yeah,
mean, you
so
can take
it's
your experience and relay it to the younger artists, especially coming up and stuff like that.
oh yeah,
Um,
sure.
I
I got
was
to do
looking
it.
in I was looking into a little bit of the artists that you have on your label, which actually I have it right here. Uh, well, one I want to talk about is this is the 9-year-old. All right, I want to talk about him
Okay,
because for being 9, he can
hold on,
spit.
Trey.
Yeah.
So Trey's 11.
Oh, he's 11.
Yeah,
Oh,
he just turned. Well, no, he is 11 now, and like he been doing like little songs, since he was 8. But I just now have been making it like a weekly thing. But yeah, that's my son.
wait, that's your son?
Yeah.
Oh, well, oh, that's awesome. I mean, he's got it in his blood. I can definitely see that.
Yeah, that's my son. That's my well, I have a 1-year-old now, but he's been the youngest up until this point.
Oh, nice. I'm guessing you're married then?
Well, I was married, but I maybe been divorced like 5 years.
Okay.
So all the children that's in my videos, they are my children from my marriage, and then I have the new baby with my new fiance.
So then how many is that in total then?
Well, for me alone it's 5, but she can't. We're a blended family, so I have 6 altogether.
Oh, okay.
So yeah,
Uh,
six of us. It's 6 of us rocking. Big family, the Britton bunch.
so
Like,
I deal with a big family on the regular. So my wife is from Honduras and she's Latino, so she's got a ginormous family. I mean, every day
mm,
she talks about a new name that I've never heard of,
heard of,
and
yeah.
and then I'm just like, oh yeah, okay, all right. But uh, talking a little bit more about like the artists and everything. So how long ago did you start like searching out to start pulling in like other artists and everything?
So I actually started with like We the Family, the label part of it, on June 1st of last year. So I just made a year,
Okay,
which was a
nice.
big deal, because like some of my like celebrity friends and stuff, they were just telling me like it's not a good idea, and you're not gonna make it the year. It's so expensive, and they wasn't lying. It is expensive, and truthfully, um, most of the things that I was warned about came true. But I still made it, and we still,
You
it's 5 of
facilitated
us.
your way through.
I'm always do that, man. I've been doing this a long time, so.
Well, I mean, one thing. So the original video that I saw back, well, I think when it first came out 7 years ago was the Timmy Turner story. So that was what pulled me on to you. That whole thing is incredible. First off,
Appreciate it.
and one thing that like kept me like watching you is that compared to like other independent artists, every single one of well, a majority of your music is all storytelling, and in my opinion, storytelling is a lot easier than a lot of this mainstream, or not easier, sorry, harder than these mainstream raps and stuff because
Right.
it has to logically make sense throughout the whole thing and stuff, and the fact that or how you especially with like the cartoon characters. I mean, you got the Ed and Eddie one. You just came out with the Cosmo Wanda backstory, or not backstory, but the post of what happened with Timmy Turner.
Hmm.
But I mean, just all of that's incredible, and seeing that you're bringing in other artists is amazing because I think you have a lot to offer, especially with these younger artists and stuff like that. And now that your son's gonna get into it and stuff, I mean, I'm guessing you're going to be his manager moving forward and this point and everything like that. So
Well, yeah, yeah,
he's
he's
lucky
under
to
the
have
label.
that too.
Yeah, for sure. He's definitely under the label. Also, with the Timmy Turner story, I want to tell you, I never really told anybody how how just all of that played out for me. You know what I'm saying? How all of it played out and how all of it started. The girl who played Wanda, we're actually together, and that's who I just had to like kid with. But we didn't know each other then.
Oh, really?
I didn't know anybody in the video.
Oh, so did you just put like a post out there or something and just pulled some like randoms or?
So look, so I had been doing those white room freestyles, just trying to build a fan base. So I'm doing
Right.
every week. I'm doing 3 a week. I'm dropping, because they was easy to shoot. I'm just blowing out the back and walk in, rap, leave.
Yeah.
So they was
Right.
easy to shoot. So I was able to drop a lot of freestyles. And designer, you remember designer? All right, so designer at the time, he had made double XL lists, and he
Right.
did the little freestyle thing they do in the room, and it was
Yeah.
the Timmy Turner. He been wishing for. So that went crazy viral, like because he was singing it, you know. So it went viral. So then when the real song came, people didn't like it.
I'm
I
one of those
liked
people.
it.
So I mean, I
I thought it was
personally.
good. I didn't think it was a hit song, but I thought it was okay.
For a designer, it was good. I will say that. But me personally, I'm not a big designer fan
Yeah, me
in
either.
general. So that's why I was kind of a little against it. But I did like the hook, and so that's why I really like the fact of when you took that and then made that into a 4 part story, or not even 4 part. It ended up being 12 parts, eventually. But it just made it a lot better because especially bringing the whole cartoon Timmy Turner thing to life and then using it in like such a creative way of like making him a thug or whatever and then putting him into that world and having the Cosmo Wanda be schizophrenic things in his head and stuff like that was just genius. I mean, let me ask you this. Did you pull a little bit from that, from the theory of Timmy Turner?
Uh, I watched Fairly Odd Parents, but truthfully, like I said, that when that went viral, I just made another. To me, it was just another freestyle.
Right.
I just and I knew how to tell a story, but I didn't know what storytelling rap was. I had never heard any storytelling like I or what people like Jordan Lucas. I had never heard him because he's like the kind of storyteller I am versus J. Cole is storyteller, but it's kind of a different one, you
Yeah.
know. So he more like a life of, and we more like movie picture
I got
storyteller.
you.
So like I say, it was another just freestyle to me. So I put the characters and stuff up on in the white room. I just had
Right.
the characters popping up. That was the only difference. So it went viral, and that's when I learned the other character's name. I didn't know. I was looking this stuff up as I was going. You know
Well,
what I'm
that's
saying?
even more impressive, to be honest.
Man,
Not having a
Ed, Ed and
background of
Eddie.
him.
Same thing with Ed, Ed and Eddie. I've never watched an episode in my life. I I
That
wrote
is
those
surprising.
on live. I wrote those on YouTube live with them telling me the characters, like the audience. I didn't know any of
Wow.
it. I'd never watched that in my life.
Did you finish it all in one session of writing, or did you just take some like ideas of what they were giving out for like the characters and stuff like that, and then just writing it down and then going off of later?
No, I would. So what I did was I would get on live just whenever I just felt like if I was just bored, I would just get on live and just be like writing Ed, Ed and Eddie. So I'll find a beat and um when they tell me when they say the Canker sisters. See, I didn't know who that was, so I googled them while I was on live. And
So
then it showed me them. So I was like, okay, these can be like they girls. So I
right,
didn't know the personalities. I didn't know everything I said about them. Now Ed, Ed and Eddie, their personalities, they told me. So that's why I was able to say that the little one was the leader and stuff
right,
like that. But yeah, but with those stories. But on the Tim Turner thing. Uh, when that went viral in the White Room, it actually took me 2 months to make another one because at this time, I'm just putting out music, period. And
right,
I didn't know what a storyteller was. So everybody kept calling me this storytelling rapper. First of all these new people just came out of nowhere. It went viral. So I was just
right,
overwhelmed. I never knew anybody who had been through it.
right,
So it was just overwhelming. But they was all calling me a storytelling rapper, and I was like, not fucking with it. You know what I'm saying? Like
right.
at all. So, but one of my homies, one of my best friends, he was like, man, do a part two, dude. And eventually, I did it, and then that one went viral, and I was like, well, I'm finna do.
Yeah, keep doing it.
So I did four, and they all went viral. So I was getting so many messages a day, 2, 3 thousand, to where you can't answer those messages.
Right.
But at this point, I feel like it's rude if you open the message. So I just quit opening messages. So
Okay.
one day, same thing, I just get on there and I make a mistake and open the message.
Okay.
And I'm like, and it's a dude, he's like, hey, uh, I'm Chris. Can I shoot a video to your Timmy Turner song? I'm not gonna lie. I said sure, but I said it kind of in the way of like, sure. Like,
Like he's not gonna do it. He's not gonna follow through.
what more like I gotta say something back because I opened it. So yeah, yeah, yeah,
Okay.
go, 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 go. Like
Right.
I gotta say something back. If I'm being honest, that's kind of how I said it. So
Okay.
I just said like, sure. Then he was like, send me the songs. So I was like, dang, bro, done wrote me again. Like, so I say, okay, and I send them. Okay, I send the songs and I forget about it. Maybe 5 days later, I'm in the studio and a email come through and it's the video. And
Okay.
I look at it. I'm in the studio and I look at it and I'm like, hell no, I can't put this out. It's too low budget. Like, as
I
if we was
understand.
putting out stuff any better. Like, my quality wasn't that good anyway at that time.
Right.
But that's how I was thinking. I'm like, hell nah. So me and my cameraman David, we started together. He had never heard rap music before. So we
Okay.
started together. He never edited a video. We sat at the table and learned how to do every single thing together.
Oh
So he
wow.
wasn't that good or anything. So at the time, because we was new, we did stuff like erase footage. You know what I mean? Like mess
Right.
ups like that. And we did that one time. Drinking at a shoot, mess around, format the card.
Okay.
So now I don't have nothing to put out but that video. I just put it up. The next day I woke up and it was like 800,000. I was like, what? And then it turned into like 100,000 every hour, 100,000 views every hour, every hour. I'm just like in shock. So on Facebook, you get to 10 million views, and then it got erased. So too many people had just reported it for
For
whatever. Just I don't know, man. They was reported, but so many people reported it, and it got erased. Facebook took it down, but it's still on. It was on YouTube. So on YouTube, it was going crazy and stuff, and I end up talking to the Chris dude again. Obviously,
right.
So he shot Ed, Edd n Eddy too.
Oh, he
I
did?
still to this day have never met him.
Really?
Yeah, still to this day. Now, what's funny is all of those people that was in Timmy Turner, I didn't know any of them. I never seen, like I said, it was just a random dude wrote me like, "Can I
Right.
do this?" So I, so me and him like in contact now, and
Right.
and that's why it's so funny because like the girl who played Wanda Chanel, I'm with her now in real life 10 years later.
It's crazy how things work out, right?
Yeah, 7 years
so
later, eight, however long it's been.
so did you connect did you connect because of the of seeing the video of her and stuff like that afterwards, or how did you guys end up connecting originally?
So, um, now after that, truthfully, we sent like a message or two, to each other, and then, like
Right.
I said, 5, 6, 7 years passed, and that's all it was, like a message, you know. And in 2022, we talked. We sent that message that normally mean nothing,
Right.
but we talked about her shooting Cosmo and Wanda,
Okay.
and coming to Mississippi to film it.
Okay.
And it's this is a funny story too, how we got together. So she flew, so I flew her here and stuff, and we shot the video.
Okay.
And so she was here for 3 days. So the first day, mind you, we don't know each other, so it's a
Right.
little,
It's
awkward and stuff.
little weird, yeah.
So first day it's cool though, we film, everybody kind of get used to each other. So we hang out and stuff, just go out, show us some stuff. We got casinos and all that.
Right.
So second day, film, still nothing, nothing fishy going on. It's
Okay.
just we just working. We record a song together and stuff, called Dirty Talk. And so the third day we film, but we is acting like, I get, it's a
Yeah,
little
little flirtatious
tension.
back and forth.
Yeah, it's a little tension.
Okay.
So we film, and then she have to go back to North Carolina to Salisbury.
Right.
So New Orleans is our biggest airport. That's really close. We have an airport here too, but New Orleans is an hour away, and the tickets are hundreds of dollars cheaper.
I feel you.
So I'm finna drive her to New Orleans, and we get there. So because it's been like a little tension, it's a little weird or whatever. So I walk in the airport, we leave. I leave. So I go to my car, and I'm just like driving up and down the car ramp. Just
Right.
on my phone. Really, you know what I'm saying? I'm on my phone. I'm like, man. So then she called me and she say, hey, they say my ticket don't exist. And I hear the lady in the background like, man, we're so sorry. And she's like, yeah, they saying there's no plane for this ticket. And it was a round trip ticket.
That's
So
very weird.
she was like, she was like, this never happened before, we do. So she was like, the earliest plane though to leave is tomorrow. We can
Okay.
put you on the plane. So she come out, I'm like, it's so crazy because I drove up and down the thing for 5 minutes for nothing, just on my phone. I just didn't want to get in traffic yet. It was Mardi
Right.
Gras. It was Mardi Gras.
Oh shit.
So I didn't want to deal with the traffic yet, so I'm just up and down the thing. And then that happened. So we were just like, man, that's insane, you know? Like we got the ticket still. We just thought that was so crazy. And then from that point, just never, like she done moved here and everything.
Well, I mean, that's. Well, I'm glad for you. You know, congratulations on the 1 year old and everything.
Yeah,
I
thank
got
you.
two little ones myself. I have a 6 year old and well, he's about to be turning 5 in 2 weeks.
Oh man, congratulations on that.
Yeah,
See,
it's
my other one's a teenager, so it's all good.
so well. I'm technically I'm their stepfather, so I'm not blood related to them. They both have separate fathers. One's in Kentucky. The other one is gonna be honest. She doesn't talk about him much. I don't know where he is, but he's somewhere.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
that don't even matter then.
yeah, because I mean, to them, I'm dead. So,
Yeah, for sure.
and actually, if you look behind me, that badly drawn, well, not badly drawn. It's good for her, but it's Zoro from One Piece. She watches that with me from time to time. She likes
Okay,
it for
that's
some
cool.
reason.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah.
But moving forward, talking about more about your music and everything.
Uh-huh.
So one thing I actually saw, well, one thing I wanted to ask you is when did you like start getting into music? Did you start like in school and stuff like that? Were you in like band or anything?
No. I actually never thought about being no rapper or never did anything like that throughout high school or my youth. You know, I was just a huge Lil Wayne fan. That's the reason I have dreads right now, because of Lil Wayne. The
Nice.
Drought 3 mixtape. You know, it made me grow dreads. But no, I never did anything like that. I actually ended up getting into it. So I tried, like I came from like a certain kind of background. So
Okay.
I tried to like do the right thing. I had
Right.
made up like I'm gonna try to do the right thing. Katrina happened, and um, so that's when I was like I'm gonna try to take this certain path. So I finessed my way into school, like college. Like I never took the ACT or anything. I finessed it, since it don't matter now. I finessed it with all fake paperwork, everything. Like, but I was determined to get in college. Like, so
Right. Determination's the key. I mean, that's the only thing that's important.
sometimes you got a lot to get where you're trying to go. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Exactly.
So, so long story short, I ended up getting to school, but I ended up finishing with a medical degree, right? So I'm doing my internship at um, Cedar Lake Surgery Center. It don't matter. So
So
it's
what
a
in the medical field though? Were you like
nursing.
doing nursing? Okay.
Yeah. So I'm working at a surgery center.
Okay.
So um, it's an option there. Well, they gotta run background checks. Now I had a felony.
Okay.
So I was trying to clear the felony and stuff before, but I just couldn't do it. It was in like this little small country town, and like it was crazy. So I couldn't get the felony cleared. So I'm knowing they do background checks. So I go to like the person over the nursing program and I say, "Hey, um, did I pass the background check?"
Right.
And she closed the door and was like, "No, but you're the only black male in this school." Like I can't,
Jeez.
like, I couldn't not let, like, send you.
Yeah, because then
So
that could be
she
a whole
lied.
ordeal.
Yeah, so she lied and said that I passed it, that I passed the thing. So, but at the end of the day, the job is getting to the point where they like, we're gonna keep you or not. So they're running their own background check.
Okay.
So I know that the nursing thing for real is coming to an end
Okay.
because they're going to have to run the background check. So they do, fired. So after that, I'm just applying at every job, every nursing job. I'm getting them on the spot because I'm a male.
Right.
I'm getting them. I'm getting them. But I'm failing the background check. Now I'm trying my everything to clear this up, bro. You don't even know the lengths I was going to get this expunged because I'm married. I got 2 kids. You
Right.
know, it's like she's been kind of holding everything down for real. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a lot of pressure on me, so I'm doing anything, bro. Whatever. I'm trying to get this offer, and it wouldn't. It wouldn't. So after months and months, I got denied every hospital. I got hired, then fired within the first day because of the background check. But I was still taking a chance. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
they're just going to fire me. So
Right.
so then I had dropped to it was like fuck it. You know I'm gonna go. Like I was working at Walmart and Toys R Us in college, so it's out. So I'm gonna do that background check, everything. Target, Walmart, okay, it don't matter. All retail. No job. Couldn't get the job. So I'm anything. I'm just going job to job, temp service, anything, bro, anything. I'm taking anything at this point.
And
Couldn't get nothing,
how long was this like applying and stuff? Like how long did that go on?
man. Like a year and a half, bro. And I got a whole family, bro. And we got young
Jeez.
kids. That's 2, 3, and we had and she pregnant again, and like it ain't working out. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Uh, so I'm doing what I gotta do though. I just outside, and
Right.
I had like finessed like this MacBook, right? And I'm going through the MacBook one day, and I'm just clicking every app. I didn't know how to get on the internet because I was
Oh,
used to regular computers, and on the MacBook it's called Safari.
right.
So I'm just clicking each app, trying to figure out how to get on the internet.
Okay.
So one of the things I saw it had on there was FL Studio.
Okay.
My cousin made beats, so I remembered I seen it before.
Okay.
So I click it. I'm like, oh, I'm finna make a beat. Click it. Don't know what's going on. I'm like, never mind. Exit out. So
Okay.
I was produced for like 20 seconds. So I so I'm clicking. So it got GarageBand, and I get there and I say, I'm like, okay, you can record yourself. You
Yeah.
know. So I messed with that for a little while. So at the time, the song "I Wish I Could F Every Girl in the World," like,
Yeah.
so that's out.
Okay.
So I decided I'm just gonna make a little freestyle, like not thinking nothing, like just because I found this app on the computer.
Right.
So I got the computer to my face, like, you know, rapping it to it. Quality, of course, is terrible because
You got to
it's
do what you got to do.
but I still wasn't thinking about any rap thing. Now I went through hell to get that beat for that song because it wasn't like now. You had to
Right.
like strip the words from the beat, and it was LimeWire and it was crazy. So
Good old LimeWire.
man, it took me like 4 days just to strip the lyrics low enough to rap.
Okay.
So I did it, and then I was watching YouTube at this time. I was watching like DDG when he was in college.
Okay.
Um, like it was like people like him, Flight. They was like on YouTube.
Right.
So I put the song up, and it gets 12 views, but it had a comment under it from this dude like, "You so hard." Now mind you, it's terrible, but he say that, and he's like, "You should let me produce you." So I'm like, I don't rap or nothing. Like, what are you talking about? So he find me. Oh, back then you could write in an inbox on YouTube,
Right. Yeah, I remember
and
that.
he wrote me in the inbox and was like, "I'm from the UK. My name Dre's Beats. Um, that song you made was tight." So he the one kind of was like, "I know this other dude. We can make you a CD." I
Okay.
said, "Oh, okay." So I kept on. So now they sending me beats, and I'm just making up songs. I never, I'm not thinking about nothing. I'm just making up
Right.
songs. And throughout that is how I ended up getting serious. right?
Okay.
So I get serious. But at this time, for real, I'm 24.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? 23, something like that. But I don't know anybody that do music. I don't know anything about music. I never, other than listening to Wayne, you know what I'm saying? I was a big fan of music, but that was it. And that little moment just kind of kept building and building, and then I ended up getting serious, and then I just start figuring stuff out. And it's always just been me figuring stuff out.
Man, your your experiences with everything is like things just like occurring at random, but then working out later on. It's
Man,
insane.
hey, so and with the felony, let me tell you how crazy this for real.
Okay.
Last year, so this has been on my record as far as I know my whole life. It's
Right.
been 10 years later. So last year, I'm about to get this house.
Okay.
And they did background checks, though, before they even let you visit the house, you know?
Right.
So they do a background check on me. I'm not even thinking. Come back, record completely clean. It just disappeared. Soon as YouTube and everything work out for me, it just disappear off my record, bro. Like
D-
never exists. Like I never did it. Like nothing. And I did all that work, bro. You don't know the extremes trying to get it off.
what
It I
what was
thought it
the
ruined my life.
I mean, if you don't mind me asking, what was the felony charge like in like what section?
Violent offense.
Okay. So that because I was trying to think if like there was something that was passed where like they acquitted people and stuff like that. I can't think off the top of my head of like
I
what that would have
called
been.
this I called the city that it happened in because it just spooked me.
Right.
And they have no record that it ever happened, man. I said, that's God. I was trying to be a nurse. I was trying to do just anything. It didn't matter, retail, anything.
But
And
he
I
told you the
never
right
thought
path.
about music. Never thought about music. Never. Soon as I become successful, it just disappeared and I have a completely clean record.
That's awesome. I mean that's honestly,
That's insane.
that's power from above telling you, hey, you're doing the wrong shit in life. This is what you need to do.
This is what you're supposed to. Bro, I never thought about doing music in no high school. It was rappers and, you know, I was not one of
Right.
them. I played football. That's what I was going to do. I played football, you know? That's what I was going to college to play football. I was not thinking about music at all, bro. So the
What
fact that
what position were you in football?
running back and I played safety.
What did you what college were you trying to go to originally for that?
Well, I went to Southern Miss,
Okay. Did were
but the
you
finesse was just when Katrina happened, it just threw off all of our schools. Like we couldn't start school at regular time. They didn't have any records anymore
okay?
to anything. It was just crazy.
So did you start for Southern Miss?
Uh-uh. I ended up getting hurt the first year. That's what I'm saying. Everything. My heart was in football. Then I get hurt. And the only thing I cared about was gone. Right? It was crazy, man. This whole just experience is just like it's been a blessing, but like it was supposed to work out how it did. Because just off the felony, man, that stopped everything I was trying to do. It didn't matter what I was trying to do. It stopped it. Everything, bro. Everything. It stopped it. The
And
moment
that's
I didn't need it, and it didn't matter if I had it. It was gone. It never existed. I called Hattiesburg.
That's what sucks about that shit, especially like some of the older felon holders who have. Well, I think a lot of this shit has been acquitted now, but before it was like, especially people with like drug charges and shit like that. Like the amount of like shit that they had to deal with just like having a couple grams of weed on them and shit like that, and then having that blemish on their life where now it's going to affect everything that they do. But I mean, luckily for you, I mean, it ended up working out, which I'm very happy for. And
I'm not that type of person though, bro. I'm not I'm not a it's not gonna work out. I don't even know, like I don't even think that never crossed my mind in any situation. And that's for real. It never crosses my mind that something cannot work out
Well, I mean,
ever.
your past has proven that, you know. So keep believing that. Um, and so with like the start of the label We the Fam like a year ago. So you being the CEO, like, what's your vision like for the future of We the Fam?
um Truthfully, I have like, so Chanel is one of the artists, the Wanda.
Yep.
She's the female artist. Trey is the younger kid artist, little boy Trey. Then I have Peso three times. He's young. He's like 22. He like flashy and all of that. And then
He's
Famous
fire though.
Rico is, yeah, Peso fire. You
Yeah, he
know.
is.
And Famous Rico, he sing. So I really want to be like, it's We the Family, so I wanted to get all the elements and then make it a family. And everything that become a part of it is in that, in the same light. So,
Okay.
hopefully we can bring back like regular, like good music. It's not going to be about like, it can be a crew, and it's not about like gangs and all of that. Like it's more of like Murder Inc. and back in the days when they had crews.
Right, you know,
You know
where
what
they
I
had
mean?
D12, fucking
Well, just like, even though Diddy got this stuff going on, but like it was like Bad Boy and No Limit and Rough Riders, and
right.
it was just all these different crews.
Three
Young
Six
Money,
Mafia.
yeah, it was just a bunch of different crews. So, um, I like, that was when music was at its best to me. So
Y- Yeah, music got a little selfish after that, and then a lot of people just went their separate ways, wanted to do their own separate shit. I mean, I one person I applaud, which I mean, I'm guessing you probably heard his new album, but Eminem, having what's his face with him side by side for all these years, being his like hype up guy or whatever. I always forget his name from D12. Uh,
oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
but yeah, but like he like. And he still talks to like some of the members from D12 and stuff like that. But the fact that he kept him close and stuff like that, and he's been with him through all this shit and stuff, and I mean, Eminem's been through a lot of shit, and
Yeah.
yeah. Um, but speaking of Eminem, 'cause I did see like back in 2021, you did like top 10 like storytelling rappers like on your Facebook or whatever. Um,
Okay.
Amongst them, one was Eminem. Obviously, it was uh, tur- turn the world, I think, or end the world. And then one other one that I was actually surprised to see on there, and it's because not a lot of, well, I showed all my friends him back when I originally found him on YouTube back in like 2009. But Hobson is one of my favorite independent artists still to this day.
Okay.
And I saw that you had his Ill Mind on there. Um, Now with him, like he, because that's another reason why I like him is because he does a lot of storytelling and shit like that, especially with the ill minds. And uh, a lot of the ill minds are things that a lot of people can relate to on like an everyday basis and shit like that, or at least a good
Especially
portion of
Illmind 7.
that. And ill mind 6 too. Ill mind 6, just because me personally, I've lost two friends since high school due to drugs,
Mm.
so that one hits hard there. But yeah, the Illmind 7 too with God and everything like that. I As soon as I heard that song, I showed it to my friends and I was like, this is exactly what I mean about religion. This right here.
Yeah. I was
Uh
showing that to everybody. I was like, to see what people think,
right.
because that was really good. So about that list, though, so I didn't make the list.
Oh really?
I Yeah, I didn't make the list. It got sent to me so many times of people saying I should be on this list.
Oh, okay.
So I just took it, I posted, and I said, this was the top 10. Just to see, it's so many comments. So I had to go back and edit it and say, not my list.
Okay, okay.
Cause they was on me, man.
All right. Well, then let me move on to the next thing that I got. With
But I do think Hobson, Hobson is again, I didn't know what storytelling is because I feel like all of the music that I guess I grew up has always been a story,
right,
uh, in some way. At least the music I listen to, I listen to, lyricism and stuff. I grew up listening to Wayne and 50 Cent and stuff like that. And these people are telling stories. So I just thought it just worked like that. That's probably why I can do it now. You know,
right.
I just thought it worked like that. But Hobson was one of the people I found way earlier on. Him, Token, um, you
Token.
know,
Well, I saw him when he came on Sway for the first time or whatever, and he had that huge freestyle. But yeah, I mean, Token's another one. I mean, so that's another thing I was gonna mention is that the age of like independent artists has like come and like it's really rising as a point because there's so many independent artists that are becoming bigger and bigger, especially through all these different forms of social media now that we have.
right.
It's making it a lot easier to get everything going viral and stuff like that. And another because one thing I also like to look at is people that had or that were trying to build their own sort of empire in a sense. Which you're
Yeah, that's what I'm
one.
trying to do.
Hobson tried to with Funk Volume, but then that whole shit happened with that.
Yeah, yeah.
And then he's doing his own thing now. I think he has his own. He created his own label called. Give me 2 seconds.
Nah, I didn't even think
Prodigy.
about that. Everybody normally do try to build from there. They don't work out that often.
No, but with the tools nowadays, it's making it so much easier, which is nice because you're getting so much more of a variety of music all across the board. Granted, I don't really like what they're doing with country and all that stuff. They're mixing too much country and hip hop and all that
Yeah,
stuff, and
yeah.
then
I
it's
think it's odd too, bro. I think it's odd too.
Florida Georgia line was the reason why this all started. Let's just get that
You
clear.
think
So I
so?
blame them. I blame them. They were the first ones, and then after them, it came Kane Brown, and then all these other people.
Back to back.
Right.
Yeah.
But with the independent artists and like the artists that you have on your label, are you gonna be starting to look out like do you guys perform live or anything? Because I hadn't seen anything like that. Or are you guys mostly just around Mississippi, or do you guys travel?
Well, so it is a lot of stuff like I didn't like know, you know. So
Right.
I am getting everybody performing and stuff. Everybody have performed and stuff like that, except Trey. Um, Trey still haven't, but everybody else have, in different places.
Right.
Now I'm more focused like really on building everybody just a following in general.
Okay.
You know, like I could take the route of like just performing at all these random places, but the way that the club scenes work and stuff, people don't care about the person that's up there.
Right.
You know, they don't care. So I'm really just focused on kind of building everybody a following.
Okay.
Everybody YouTube's was at zero. Everything that came with them was at zero. Nobody had any music videos. Nobody had anything
Is
except
that
for
so?
Peso.
Is that
Peso.
part of the reason with the skits? Is that part of what you're trying to do with that? Trying to come up with like some other like content to like build their following and stuff like that?
The skits.
Yeah.
Well, people just been asking me to do skits and stuff for a long time because
Okay.
they just I guess figured I can. But that is exactly why I'm putting them in the skits because as long as your face is seen somewhere, they're going to remember you. And because everybody's so new, just anywhere, you know. trying to
That's
get that
smart.
face anywhere. So any avenue I have for sure, I'm putting that face, in it and on it.
Nice.
You know, it's been a lot of fun though. Watching everybody grow. I've grown. This, like I said, this was completely different than what I thought it was going to be. Running a label. You
Speaking of
know,
like YouTube though, there's another channel. I was wondering if you owned this channel as well, the Trapp Tarell Logic.
Log. Okay, so those Logic pages are YouTube pages. Whenever you release your music, they'll ask you, "Do you care if YouTube post it?"
Oh,
And then if you leave it checked, they'll post it. So you don't even really notice it. But I
okay.
have
Because
other channels, because ultimately that's my goal. I want, I have the label, and I'm going to make sure the label is successful. But I want a YouTube empire. I have a lot of channels. Rather,
right.
I have a Trapp Tarell. I have, I'm not a politician, but that's at 30K subs. I just started that page for real. And that's just me talking about. See, I'm not into politics too deep. So I'm watching videos and reacting to videos and learning with them. So the newness
Ah,
of it, the niche of it is they're telling me their opinion, and so it's growing really fast. But I have that page. I'm not a politician, but I have me and the ladies. That's the reaction page. That's only females, only female content.
okay.
Um, what's that? Three, the Britain Bunch. That's my family page. That's what the skits and stuff. That's on the Britain Bunch, like the Brady Bunch.
Okay.
So the Britain Bunch. Um, let's see, Chanel page. That's one that's under me. Me and the fellas. Her Chanel Nicole page. Her your sis page is under me. Peso 3 times. Famous Rico.
How do you remember all these logins?
Oh, they never log out. I just,
Okay.
I just never log out, bro. Can you see me? It say reconnecting.
So yeah, so don't worry about any of. Dope. Oh crap. Uh, son of a bitch. Well, we're gonna take a moment. We're gonna take a momentary stop, uh, people, because well, we're having some internet technical difficulties. So just give me a second. Okay. Fuck. Are you back?
Uh, there we go.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
You good?
So the reason I actually use this platform is because even though like if your video looks pixelated or if I look pixelated and stuff like that, it records everything on like a local server, so afterwards it fine tunes everything and makes it HD, so everything will look a lot better afterwards.
Okay, cool.
Um, but back to what we were saying. So with with all these other YouTube channels and stuff like that, well, especially with the one YouTube thing, I started looking because I didn't see or I hadn't heard the twins, the that four parter.
Man,
Let me tell you, what is it, the second or third part where you keep switching up your flow? That's probably my favorite.
that's mine too, bro.
Yo, that shit was fire.
Man, I
I
appreciate that.
I was actually bumping that in the car on the way back because my kids were in the car finally because I dropped them off with my wife because she's cleaning right now. My friends or not my friends, her friends house because they're selling it or something. Um, but so since you have that I'm not a politician thing. I actually had something pulled up already that I read earlier that I was gonna actually ask you about because what's your whole or feel on the whole presidential election and how that's going now?
Man, I'm not gonna lie. See, with me being kind of like new, a lot of it still is kind of like this is this shit is crazy. Like, I will say my opinion of politics have changed just so dramatically since I started, the channel in
Right.
general. It's like real gangster shit be going on. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, well, so with the whole, so let me ask you this: how did you find out that the president got shot at? Did you find out through like social media or anything like that, or did you find out by word of mouth?
I found out social media.
See, I still have yet to see anything on my social media regarding the shooting at all. The only reason I knew it happened was because my wife told me, and the only reason she knew was because one of her family members told her.
But see,
Um,
it's probably in my algorithm for that page because I watch the videos. So when I go on that page, for real though, I saw it when it was posted for 3 minutes. It was
oh,
three
jeez.
minutes, and I was already like, I was one of the people telling people. Yeah, it was 3 minutes, and it happened, and I saw it, and I was like, because I'm always up, running that many channels. I'm always up. It's 13 channels, so I see everything. You know what I mean? So I saw it, and
Right.
I thought it was just. At first, I thought, man, it's just, bro, what the fuck is going on? You know what I'm saying? They need to relax, like. It's just too
Yeah.
much going on. Like,
So,
I thought it
the
was fake at first, and then I thought bro was trying to pull you know what I mean, just a little move to,
a ruse before the hand to boost his poll ratings.
yeah,
Yeah.
like, so
Well,
I
I mean,
just to,
that's not out of the question completely. I mean, so to get a little more into detail about the whole thing, so a lot more details have come out about like the shooter and everything and the whole situation. There's a lot of things that are like have you like scratching your head. What? Because well, one the I don't know if you've seen the picture of the shooter, but the shooter looks nothing like what a shooter of a president looks like. They're usually disgruntled 30+ year old people, but this dude was also a registered Republican, which was weird. And then another thing is that police off or people saw him climbing the building and were literally like telling people like, "There's a person climbing the building. Like, do you see
that's why
that?"
I thought it was fake, bro. That
Right.
didn't make sense. They're yelling, "He's on the building! He's on the building!" And no, and it's Trump right there.
Th-
Nobody's doing it. Like,
that and then when they like I forgot what department did like a test of like where if an assassin were to come, what would be the prime spot for a person to go, and that spot was like the number one prime part, and it was like if that was the highest probability of someone shooting him from there, don't you think there would be some kind of security around there? And the
Right.
thing is they pulled everybody down from there. Now there's like a
Mm,
theory going around saying that like Trump didn't want them like frying under the sun on the roof and like told them to come down. I highly doubt that.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, there's just a lot of things like that are just a little iffy about that. I mean, it's the same, you know. All of our assassinations for or attempts and assassinations of presidents have all been a little weird and not exactly 100% truthful on what exactly happened.
Yeah, I agree. But I definitely thought, for sure, two of the reasons you said, the way that kid looked, I felt like he looked like if somebody said, "Hey, draw me a picture of a nerd," like he would like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's like, bro,
He
come
was the
on, what's the
perfect
odds of him
scapegoat
looking
if
like this? You
right.
know, like come
Um
on, man, this is a movie nerd. This not like what an actual nerd look like in real life. You know what I
right.
mean? Like this is a movie nerd. You know what I
Like
mean? Like
Revenge of the Nerds type nerd.
yeah, like y'all planning. I don't know. It just didn't sit right, bro. I was
And
sick of it.
also it was that's another thing too. That's what made it go more viral is the fact of the way that the kid looked like. So like it was all things that like technically benefited Trump. And then
Everything.
I saw a video yesterday. I don't know if it's real or fake, but I don't know if you saw it, but they had when Donald Trump walked out for the first time for like one of his newest rallies or whatever, they played Many Men by 50 Cent.
Oh yeah, I love that, bro.
Dude, and
Man,
even though I'm not a big fan of Donald Trump, that's hard for him to walk out with that.
yeah,
That's awesome.
I thought it was fake though. I thought they said that was fake because I ended up seeing another video with regular music.
Okay, so then if it is fake, then
But
that's
I
sad
don't know
because
though because I saw him talking about it on CNN. Why would they talk about if it was
well,
fake?
I mean, CNN also talks about Joe Rogan from time to time, so they're a little all over the place.
Yeah, they is.
Um, but so because we're getting to the top of the hour, and I don't want to hold you for too much longer.
Man, I got plenty of time. I'm probably gonna just go chill.
So is there any well I saw that so some of the newer scheduled projects that I saw that are going to be releasing here in August or towards the end of August one that I'm pretty excited for is 55 NBA names or 50 NBA names that
Yeah,
Trey is
hard.
coming
It's
out with.
gonna be hard.
Do so with your beats now, because before you said that you just found random beats. Do you have somebody that makes beats, or do you make the have you learned how to make beats and you make the beats yourself?
So I have a few producers. Killing them beats. He make a lot of the song beats. Heartless beats. He make a lot of the stuff. He make majority.
Okay.
Highway. That's actually my cousin also.
Okay.
I definitely went and found people that because I lost my biggest songs. I don't own because I own but I have to give a majority of the money away because of the way I was finding beats before. So I had to more
Okay.
find people, connect with people, and we work together versus finding them on YouTube and then the song blow up. Cause my biggest Bad Becky, you know what I mean? Santa the Plug, uh, all of those that say Louis Fierce, bro, those was problems. You know what I'm saying? I don't get
Right.
that money. You know what I mean? Because of how I wasn't handling stuff right at that time. I didn't know any better. So I definitely have them. Um, Heartless, Killing Them, Highway, and we open. Then I work with random producers if we find one. You know what I
Okay.
mean? But I definitely try to keep everything in house so that we don't have any clearance and money problems and
It's better be
and
safer
all
than
stuff.
sorry.
But
So
August is a good month, but September is gonna get really deep. You know what I mean? I have Wiggle that's gonna come out. That's basically gonna be about the white dude that grew up in the around black people.
right.
So the black people looking at him a certain way, and then white people looking at him a certain way.
Okay.
So it's really about just the both of that. I have Uncle Tom. That's the reverse, because that's what black people call a black person that would like something a white person like. Like if you like Trump and you black, they'll call you Uncle Tom.
Right.
On the Boondocks, that's why Tom name was Tom.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
Uncle Tom. He lived in the white neighborhood, and you know what I'm saying? Like he
I
got the
gotcha.
white wife, and that's why his name was Tom. See, black people know that because that's so deep in our community.
See, that's why my wife loves watching the Boondocks because it just reminds her of like her family and being around her family and stuff like that, and also like back in Kentucky and shit. Um, that Boondocks was great, man. They really need to. That's a show that they should bring back. But unfortunately, what's his face passed away. Which stinks. The father, the
Yeah,
grandfather.
yeah. But I
Um,
do have those. Uncle Tom. I have Wigger coming. Um, Let me see. It's not your child. That's gonna be a deep one. That's you know uh, a mother and a father, but it's gonna be a step parent. And so I'll have it like a dad fathering, but then it's going to come to a little discrepancy, and it's going to be it's not your child though, and it's going to hurt them. So
okay.
I have that. Um,
Are
you
you gonna
know,
be doing a part two to that as well? Because that
yeah.
seems like there's.
Anything that can go both ways, I'll always.
I was gonna say because that seems like that's potential to have a second part too.
Yeah. And then now that I have Chanel, I actually have a girl that can rap the part. So it hit
And
different.
she's good too.
Super good, bro. Chanel's
For
fire.
because I even though I don't like this about myself, I'm more um I critique women rappers a lot more than male rappers just because I feel like a lot of women rappers, especially a lot of like the I don't even know what to call it, but like the videos where like they're in the corner and they got some of like the ghettoer lights like showing at them, and they got like the thing coming down, and they got like some of their homies behind them or whatever.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know
Um, like there's a lot of like those rappers that are coming up and like getting hit because of like their social media and stuff like that, and getting viral and stuff, and like they're not that good when you just
they're
listen to the
terrible.
actual lyrics and stuff. And also her flow, and she can switch up her flow too, which is cool too, because not a lot of girls can do that. Does she sing too? Because I don't know if I've heard anything of her singing and stuff like that.
On her album, she have an album out called Sis, cause that's like she's under We the Family, but like how I like I've been saying sheesh
Right.
all of these years, so people pretty much know I have that on shirts, and you know um like we're branding her brand as Sis, like the ultimate sister. So she have an album called Sis, and she's kind of singing on there, but it's definitely mostly rapping. I
Okay.
promise you, man. All of them have some like she can write really well. Like now she lived with me, so I go back and forth about the way she write because I don't like the way she write. As far as her process, but
Right.
every time she's finished, truthfully, I'm like, okay, maybe I should mind my business. You know what I'm saying? Like, because it's good every time, and I record everybody. So I'm getting to hear, and I be like, damn, that shit good. But everybody is like that. Trey, we go live on TikTok, it be 3,000 people in there watching him. You know what I mean? He's 11. You know what
And
I
that's
mean?
huge for his age too. Is so with you growing his following too? Is he how like is his following getting bigger like day by day and stuff?
Yeah, with just the success of Little Boy Trey, the story, it is catapulted just him in general. You know what I mean? Like he his face is so known. So even if you just passing by, you like, oh, I seen that kid before. And then
Right.
you hear the music and he can rap. the bars is there, everything is there. It's like, it definitely helps him. That and he's a kid, so he knows what's going on right now.
Right.
You know
Eh,
what I'm saying? So
And the fact that so does he do you guys help him like write, or does he write all of his stuff like on his own?
I write it.
Oh, you write it? Okay.
Yeah, well, I don't even write it. I don't write. I haven't written in like years, but I'll go in there and I'll freestyle it, and then I'll send it to him, and then he come in there. Now if he don't like he'll say, "Can I say this instead of this?"
Okay.
You know what I
So
mean? Like that's the kind
so
of
he's
stuff
got his
he.
own notes.
Yeah, he'll come in there and say that. Can I say this instead of this, or can I say this like this? Instead of like, and we be on live, so they're seeing the whole raw process. That's what I like about just what I do. I sell normal. You know what I mean? So
Right.
I let them see the whole process. You know what I mean? Him struggling. He's been on there live, and it was that night. It wasn't a good night. He can't get it together. You know what I mean? So, but that experience and them seeing it, it connect with people. It take the perfect away.
Well, that and
Just
also the raw confidence of being able to do that and in front of that many people and not claim up or let it get to him and stuff like that. Because I mean, I've got a niece that's like a little older than him and a nephew that's around his age, and like especially with schooling and the whole COVID thing and what they've had to deal with. I mean, and just I don't know if it was really tough for him, but I mean, for the kids around here, it was really tough, and
yeah,
the
for
fact that
sure.
they made it through it and stuff like that, I think these kids are, especially this newer generation, is going to be probably one of like the strongest coming out that there's been in a while because they've had to go through a lot of like extremes and stuff like that.
For sure, they have. You know,
I
they they're in a tough position.
I couldn't imagine being a kid nowadays, to be honest.
I wouldn't want to be.
I wouldn't want to be either. It's well, I I do like the fact for my kids that there's
More
so
opportunity.
many that's it. So many more opportunities and so many different paths to take other than college or university and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Like I'm trying to get it like into their brains as a young kid so then it grows with them. But I always tell them that, only like continue school later on if you want, if it's something that like is something that you
you
have to go for.
desire.
well
If
not
you desire it.
not just that, but that in my opinion, anything that doesn't take extensive knowledge such as like nursing, doctoring, lawyering, like things like that where you definitely need a professor, you definitely need one-on-one time, you definitely need someone to teach you this stuff,
Right.
where a lot of other things, especially like entrepreneurship, has become has skyrocketed now
Like
with
you don't need to go to college to be a graphic designer.
yeah, like there's for coding or for video games, like you don't need schooling technically for that. And I mean,
Yeah,
eventually with AI, coding's going to be non-existent anyway. So
there is.
it's so that's why I'm liking the fact that she's getting into like artistry and stuff like that, and getting more into like the creative space, because that I will support 100%. Just don't waste money on a degree because they're not going to teach you or show you anything that you can't learn on your own through
On your
experience
own.
or whatever it
And
might
you
be.
can get there faster.
That's true too. Plus, you won't have that large amount of debt hanging over your
Yeah.
shoulders as well. Especially
I
with
yeah, I agree. I agree.
especially with like the rates of how the APRs are now and the way the economy is. It's
Yeah.
terrible all across the board. Um,
Nah, for real. I like that my kids, I like creators, also. Which that's all they know. They've been carrying lights since they was 3 and 4. You know what I mean? Four.
right.
So it's really all they know. But I do like that they in the skits and they know what's going on, and they carry on into school. They band, and I have one son that build robots. You know what I mean?
Really? Through does he do like it through like the STEM program or something like that?
Uh-huh.
That's
But
really
he go
cool.
to like he just went to Dallas, competed against kids from China.
Like battle bots, robots.
Yeah, they doing like world. He just did the world's competition.
How'd he do?
I think they came in like 13.
That's
But I'm
not
like, bro, that's the
bad.
world.
Yeah, like Jesus Christ,
You
dude.
know you 12.
I see. I when I was coming out through school, that was what I wanted to do. I was trying to go through engineering and stuff like that. But I got to the point my senior year where I started really thinking about it, and I was like, with mechanical engineering, I was like, you have to be precise all the way down to the exact measurement. And if one measurement's slightly off, that can cost somebody their life. And that anxiety was like something that stuck with
It's
me. And I
too
was like,
much.
I do not want that on my shoulders. Forget that. So I ended up going into sales, and that's why I ended up leaving college, because sales is something that you definitely cannot teach through school. It's definitely
No.
all experience and being able to get into the public and actually deal with consumers on an everyday basis, because no book, no professor will be able to tell you what a consumer's like, and because they're two wild cards.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, so and that's one of the reasons why or how I got into this podcasting and everything. So about a year and like a half ago, I went on a business trip to Tennessee. I went to Nashville, and they do like this thing where basically everybody in the company comes together, and they have like a 4-day training thing where like they do some training during the day, they feed you all this stuff, and then at night they do like an event with everybody. And one of the events one night was they were doing like this thing for training where they brought people up that they chose, and they put like these things on the screen, and they were like, all right, create a complete and total presentation with these random pictures that they found on the internet, and you had to like apply it to whatever we were doing.
Okay.
And so they brought me up, because one thing that my boss told me prior to going was like, they'll notice if you don't participate and stuff like that, and you want to put a name out there for yourself in the company. So what I did was I raised my hand for everything. And so they pulled me up there, and I did the whole presentation and everything, and I killed it. Everyone was laughing and shit like that and stuff. And afterwards, it was a very weird next couple of days, because I was people were stopping me in the hotel and like taking pictures of me, the people that I didn't know and stuff like that. It was like weird, like I was getting treated like a celebrity, and like people kept coming up to me saying like, have you ever like done like stage presence before, like stand up or something like that? And I was like no. And they're like, well, you should. And like after like the sixth person told me that I should get into something like this, I started writing comedy, and then I eventually wanted to do this podcast because I want to talk to other entertainers and comedians and other people that are in the creative space to kind of, well, one, I want to learn from them, and also talking to people that I respect and idolize and stuff like that, especially in this industry, is awesome for me. I love
Yeah.
that. So again, I really appreciate like you taking the time to do this, and also being able to respond to me with how much stuff you have on your plate. Um,
Yeah.
but I'm not gonna hold you any longer because I actually do got to get going here. I got to go pick up my kids. But I again, I appreciate you taking the time. And
For
what I'll
sure,
do
bro.
is
I appreciate it.
as soon as I post this, I'm gonna be posting it next Sunday. Because that's how I'm doing it every week. I post it on Sunday because I edit through the week. I will send you a link through Facebook so you can check it out yourself.
Yeah, for sure, man. I'll promote it and whatever you need. Cause I appreciate this, as well, especially with me rebranding.
Well,
I said I was gonna start because I get asked to do a lot of interviews and stuff, and previously I haven't did them, so um, I wanted to do it and show my personality more and shit like that.
I
So I
can definitely
appreciate it.
say that like who I thought you were like from rapping and stuff like that is who's that exactly who you represent. So like trying to show the truth through your music, you definitely did that justice.
Oh, I appreciate it.
And yeah, I mean if you're willing to promote the show at all, that's awesome. I wasn't
Yeah,
expecting that or willing or gonna be asking that, but if you're willing to, that's awesome.
and all you gotta
And
do is let me know.
all right, I definitely will. But is there anything else that you wanted to plug in before we sign off?
Just be on the lookout for the We the Family label. Check the page out. I'm almost to me subscribers. I did, being distracted by so much other stuff, I did kind of lose the sight of it, but Trey really put it back in me today. So I'm finna chase the million, and I hope everybody just, come with me because, like, he really put it back in me today, and so I'm finna chase the million subscribers now. I got like 800 and I don't know 60 or 70. I don't know.
Yeah, it's getting close to the 900s. And when you hit the million, are you gonna do a million freestyle rap for subscribers?
Yeah, yeah. And I don't know, like I'm gonna do something special, bro. I got to admit
Right.
for
Plus,
me.
you're gonna get the plaque from YouTube.
Yeah, bro. Cause I got this one. Hold on, let me.
Yeah. Wait. Let me see.
You know, I got this
Oh,
one a
nice.
long time ago though. So, that million, I got to see the million, and bro, it's huge. It's like this much bigger.
Really?
Yeah, it make this look tiny, bro. It make it look so little, and it's gold, and it make me want it. Like I want it, and the other pages, like now I'm just gonna keep growing the other pages so I can have a whole bunch of these. You know what I'm saying? But the Trapp
Right.
Tarell that started everything, so I need the million, man. I need that million. But
Well,
Trey really put it in me today, so
I
like the
definitely
songs that I'm gonna make,
I know you're
they're
gonna
gonna
do it.
get it.
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
gonna do it. And I'm sure with the help of you with the other channels, they're gonna grow to that eventually as well.
yeah, I appreciate.
Um, but yeah. So yeah, check out We the Fam on YouTube. They're also Trap Trail is also on Facebook as well. So check out there as well.
Instagram, TikTok, everything is at Trapp Tarell.
So you know where to find him. And remember, look out in August for some of his new music coming out,
Yeah,
especially that freestyle from Lil Trey. That's going to be
every
something
Saturday and Wednesday.
every Saturday and Wednesday. And then this will be premiering on Sunday. So next podcast, I will be having another guest. I don't know yet who that's going to be, but I will be announcing that later through social media. But thank you guys and have a good night.
Peace.